Good morning. We're on our way to the Magic Kingdom and are going to try to do the run down Main Street to be the first people in line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, so we don't have to wait like an hour and a half to ride it. We haven't done it yet. And then see if we can take advantage of the lighter crowds for the first couple hours. That is the line to get into the line for Seven Dwarfs. And this is the line of people waiting to meet Anna and Elsa from Frozen. You know, if I had a little daughter or a son who was willing to wait 120 minutes to meet a woman dressed up like Anna or Elsa, I would have to tell them, just say no, just say no. And that's the line to get into the line for Peter Pan. Extra magic hours are just not what they used to be. I guess we just didn't get up early enough to really take advantage of the early extra magic hours because there's already so many people here in the park. But here we are anyways. Peter Pan it's just a classic, and the new interactive features in the line make it interesting, but still, I mean, I don't know if you really have to wait an hour to do it. I guess a tip I can give you is usually the lines are really long for it in the day because most people want to take their kids there, but if you do it later at night, most of the kids are in bed and the line is sometimes shorter. Now we are waiting at the barricade to get let into the rest of the park, so we can go ride my favorite roller coaster in the world, Big Thunder Mountain. If you watched my video from yesterday, you know that we tried to ride Big Thunder Mountain last night because we had fast passes, but it was down. And on the way, when we were walking through this exact same path that we're walking through now in front of Pecos Bills, it was like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. There were hundreds of seagulls here, somewhat aggressive seagulls, and it was actually kind of scary. And if you're not scared of the birds themselves, then you should be scared of the birds pooping on you. And nobody wants to get pooped on at Disney World. Everywhere in the park this morning, we've run into lines to get into the line. Is that has something to do with the magic bands, or is it a new trend? I don't get it. I've never seen this before. There's always people waiting to get into the actual queue area. I love that ride. Marcus and I were talking about how since we've been here, this is I think our third time at Walt Disney World, and we were at Disneyland about a year and a half ago. It's nice when you reach the point that you don't feel like you have to constantly be running and getting everything in, and you can just kind of relax and do this and do that, do your favorite things. And we decided we're gonna try to do some of the things that we've never done just because we spent too much time doing the really popular things. And one of them is the Hall of Presidents. Marcus has never done it. If I've done it, it hasn't been since I worked at Disney in 1995. So there's new presidents and I don't really remember what it's like, so looking forward to that. What are some of the things that you think people should pay more attention to? You know, like Everybody talks about Space Mountain and Splash Mountain and all that, but what are some of the things that you never miss that you think people sort of neglect?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Well, the Hall of Presidents is definitely worth seeing. I mean, I wouldn't wait a long time for it, but trying to think of how to describe it. It's like a multimedia mix, kind of like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. It starts out with a really cool film sequence on gigantic screens, and then a speech from Abraham Lincoln, and then some more movie elements, and then the curtain goes up and all the presidents of the United States are sitting there looking creepily realistic. I learned again about what the founding fathers wanted for America, which has sort of changed now, if you ask me. And I learned that Abraham Lincoln was actually, I was thinking he was one of the very first presidents, but he's not actually. And I also learned that there's a lot of presidents with funny names, and a lot of presidents that I have absolutely no recollection of ever learning about. And now we're on our way to Space Mountain because it has a really short standby waiting time. We'll see what happens after that. Space Mountain is always a classic. The time is 11:11 and we're on our way back to the resort to have lunch and do some computery things, and we have to change our clothes because we're going to be going to Flying Fish tonight, and that's another place where you kind of have to dress up. Anyways, I wanted to time how long it takes us now to get from Tomorrowland to Port Orleans. Leaving the Magic Kingdom at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's like totally going the wrong direction because hundreds of people are trying to get into the park now, and I feel like we're the only two idiots trying to leave. But are we idiots? No. Because hundreds of people are trying to get into the Magic Kingdom now, and there's already thousands in there from the extra magic hours this morning. So we're doing the right thing. And now it's 11:50, so it took us basically 40 minutes, including walking against hundreds of people trying to get into the Magic Kingdom and the bus ride. And when you're staying at one of the moderate resorts like Port Orleans or Coronado Springs, they have more than one bus stop, and I haven't quite figured out if there's a system, because sometimes when we take the buses back, it stops at the main bus stop in front of the reception first, and that's the best one for us. And sometimes it stops at all the other ones first before coming here. So I don't know how to figure out that system. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this time the bus stopped at every other stop before getting to our stop, so that probably would have cut about 8 or 9 minutes off of the time. But actually that's not bad, you know, to think from being deep inside the park to getting back to the hotel, 40 minutes. Not bad. And now it's lunchtime. There it is, what's left of the iconic Mickey Sorcerer hat here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. They're tearing it down. Nobody knows yet officially if it's going to be replaced by something or just be left gone. And also nobody knows if they're taking it apart carefully in order to possibly put it someplace else. I think it would be cool if they brought it to Disney Studios in Paris, because that place needs a lot of help. We are on our way, I think, to Star Tours. This is one of the many things I don't like about the Magic Band system. You use the app to get your fast passes, and if you forget and then you want to see what your next fast pass is, or you want to maybe change your fast pass, then you can use one of the terminals that are hidden around in the park, or you can use the app if the app works, but it's always not working, and that's just so annoying. So we're gonna walk over to Star Tours and see if that's actually what it is we're supposed to be doing now, and if not, then we'll do something else. Back to Star Tours. The 50s Primetime Cafe is a table service restaurant with the theme of the 1950s, and there's lots of old style televisions inside, and the waitresses are all dressed like, I don't know, like Alice of the Brady Bunch, I guess. It's like a comedy dining experience. We've eaten there before, but we're not gonna eat there this time because we wanted to try a bunch of new restaurants. So great, our next Fast Pass time was for Midway Mania, which is back there. And guess what? It's not operating. So I just simply need to go into the app to pick another Fast Pass, but guess what? The app is also not operating. So I just need to go find one of the kiosks, wherever they are, to try to get another Fast Pass. I love this Magic Band system. It works so well, and it's made my experience here today so much better. I just talked to the cast members standing in front of the ride, and they said that if it doesn't go back up, if they don't get it operating again during our Fast Pass time, then we can use our Fast Passes at one of the other big Fast Pass rides like Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster. And if they do get it operating again past our original Fast Pass time, then our Fast Pass will work later tonight, is what they said. And by the way, I also found there are kiosks right here, which is basically right next to the entrance. So I wonder if they have this problem a lot here at this ride, and that's why they put a kiosk right next to it. Back at Midway Mania, and the ride is open, so we get to use our Fast Passes. I'm really excited to ride it again. I'm not going to take any video inside because I'm really competitive and I can't hold my camera and play at the same time. I got the best score, got the best score. Remember in my last video how I was talking about how some shirts are kind of cool to look at, but then if you imagine wearing them anywhere other than Orlando, it's kind of like, no. Well, these are the kind of shirts that I mean. On the other hand, those are kind of shirts that I wouldn't even wear in Orlando. We have reservations tonight at the Flying Fish Cafe, and that's at the Boardwalk area, which is also a hotel. You can walk there from the Hollywood Studios, but we've decided we've been doing enough walking, and so we're gonna take the Friend Chips. That is to the left when you exit the park. They go from here to the Boardwalk and Swan and Dolphin, and also over to the secret entrance to EPCOT. We've done this before, and I remember it being annoyingly slow and long, but at least we're not walking. We got off the boat at the Swan and Dolphin, which is the non-Disney but Disney hotels located just between EPCOT and the Hollywood Studios. The friendship boats do go directly to the boardwalk, but we decided we want to get out and take some cool pictures. Also because there were two kids standing right in front of us who were punching each other and slapping each other and pushing each other around, and the boat was crowded. And do you think that there was like a mom or a dad or anybody who would tell them to maybe stop it because it's too crowded, and that's not a way to act when you're in public and standing around a bunch of other people? No, not at Disney World. We're at the Flying Fish Cafe now and having some bread and butter, and already we've gotten like 100% better service than we got at the world famous California Grill last night. The woman who sat us down explained to us a little bit of the menu and talked to us for a while, and our server came and talked to us for a while and helped us decide what we wanted to eat, and then she brought us some bread and explained what kind of bread it is and things like that. And last night at the California Grill, the guy seemed totally disinterested in having us there, brought our food, set it down on the table, didn't, like ask if we wanted any cheese or pepper. And here at the Flying Fish, it's been definitely already a much better experience. I am stuffed full now. The Flying Fish Cafe was great food, excellent service, really expensive, but if you have the dining plan, then that sort of compensates. And because we have the problem again like we had last night, that there's no buses going from the resorts to the other resorts, we have to take it to a park or to downtown Disney to get back home. We're now walking through the Boardwalk Hotel. We're gonna take the bus to EPCOT, and then from EPCOT, take the bus back home to Port Orleans, and that's all going to be boring, and by the time we get back I'm going to be so tired, so I'm going to wrap it up here and say thanks for watching. This was our second entire day at Disney. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already, and you can like me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check back soon for the next installment. See you later.